The Fair Labor Standards Act, commonly referred to as FLSA, is administered by the Federal Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor. As the name implies, it ensures that the standards of labor are fair for employees. By establishing various minimum standards that your employer must follow, it protects you and gives you rights in the workplace. Among other things, the FLSA covers the topics shown below. These provisions relate to ensuring you are paid fairly, that working minors are kept safe, and that your employer must keep records that can be examined should an issue arise. Minimum wage. The minimum hourly wage an employee must be paid for each hour worked. Overtime. For time worked in excess of 40 hours in a work week, employees must receive premium pay at a rate of 1.5 times their regular rate of pay. Exempt versus non-exempt. When an employee meets certain criteria, they can be classified as exempt from FLSA minimum wage and/or overtime rules. Labor restriction. Workers under the age of 16 are limited in the hours they can work, and those under 18 cannot work in hazardous occupations. Record keeping. Employers are required to keep records that include employee details, the hours employees work, and the wages they were paid. Equal pay for equal work. An establishment must pay workers equally for substantially equal work, regardless of the employee's gender.
Areas that are not covered by the FLSA, such as how often employees must be paid, how often employees should receive a break, whether employees must be provided paid time off, are often covered by state laws and sometimes local laws. Therefore, these rules will vary by state or local agencies.
Overtime. Unless exempt, employees covered by FLSA must receive overtime pay for time worked over 40 hours in a work week at a rate not less than 150% their regular rate of pay. FLSA does not require overtime pay for work on Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, or regular days of rest, unless overtime is worked on such days. Overtime hours. So that you can validate your pay is accurate, you should know some basics on how overtime is calculated. The first step is determining whether or not you worked overtime during the work week, and if so, how much. Let's practice calculating the amount of overtime worked in the next activity. Assume that federal overtime rules apply, which is time worked over 40 hours in the work week.